This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. On the show today, Caitlin Bassett joined us.
See,
Here
Bass.
she is. Look,
Fun
I'm here.
for all.
See?
I added some extra height to the room.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Which is important, and if you read the West Australian today, you would have seen that having taller people in the centre bounce for the Fremantle Dockers has been a real windfall. So I'd imagine that translates to a breakfast radio team.
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We talk about some of the unusual reasons that somebody has been let go from a job.
Oh,
Good, were they?
It's a great
They
chat
were
all round.
great.
Like the original story, shocking.
Yeah.
And then the stories that people told us, so good. Geoff Hutchison used to be an ABC radio announcer, and these days he's written a book on how not to become a grumpy old bugger.
We speak to Ross early this morning, and he had a spring in his step this morning on the way to work.
You took it out of it, though.
That's our
That's what we're here
job.
for. Our mate Joel Creasy introduced us to his bestie, Janelle Koenig, and they talk us through the show that they're doing very shortly, actually. But Janelle also just hilarious in general.
Yeah. And Seabass, we did talk about the West Coast Fever and their downfall over the weekend in the Super Netball Grand Final.
Yes, we unpicked all the big things today, didn't we?
We did.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean. Oh, yeah. On Nova. 937. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's 6:04. Nathan, Nat and Sean, welcome back, everybody. Ross is with us.
G'day, Ross.
Sorry.
Hey, what do you mean, sorry?
Apologise. That's not the attitude that we want going in.
Ross, little ray of sunshine from you before when you asked me how I was this morning, and then you said on the way in here, what did you say?
okay.
Tell Natalie.
Okay, I said, I was getting my coffee from Macca's as I do at 4:20 a.m. And I thought to myself, I love what I'm about to do. I know that sounds so
What do you mean?
lame.
Drink coffee.
Come hang in here with all you lot.
I love what I'm about to do.
Then what happened when you got here?
We spoke about murder for about 30 minutes in the
Talked
pre-meeting.
about serial killers for legit half
Just
an
it's
hour.
the most happy I've seen
I
producer
do
Bill.
like serial killer stories.
It's just like going, I'm not comfortable with this conversation.
Yeah. I
Have
just
you seen
couldn't
Dexter, by the way, on
Yeah.
Netties?
Well, that
There's
I
a
don't-
new one out. Sorry, it's Prime.
I haven't seen it, but that I don't mind because he's got he's trying to balance. It's fair, right? He's like,
Yeah.
his
He's only
retribution.
killing bad people.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
still don't do it, but I understand that. The things we were talking about, I didn't understand.
Well, they were real life murder stories.
but now it was like, oh yeah, I get it.
One out of South Australia, Nat.
Yeah, because, and the reason we were, there's news that one of the Snowtown murderers is up for parole.
Which how does that?
And that
happen?
that was hard. You know, they killed 12 people. Like, it's hard to believe that would be the case. Anyway, Ross loves coming to work.
Yeah.
Ross loves coming to work.
Before I got here.
That is a sign of a psychopath over there. Don't you reckon,
Yeah,
Sean?
look, if there's anyone out there that loves going to work and is so up and about this morning because they're thinking, I'm going to work and this is going to be fun, let us know. Want to get
I
in
mean,
your
we
head.
know we've got a great job and all the rest of it. But you know what's better? Being asleep in bed.
13, 24, 10, just in case, you know,
Yeah.
there'll be people like
No
Ross who
one
are
is
skipping
ringing.
into work.
But I have been
Literally
dampened since I got
Is there
here.
anyone out there?
No.
Okay.
I don't
And if
think
there is anybody, you can definitely kill their spirit by
Yeah.
talking about serial killers for half an hour.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Ross said out loud that he was just so thrilled, just so happy to be coming to work today.
I was driving to work today and I was genuinely excited to come to work. Now, but that was before I got here and then you...
Amy's in the background just shaking her head.
Amy, were you excited to come to work today?
You know what's better than coming to work? It hurt.
Yeah.
Just not coming to work. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
That's win.
So were you glad your holidays were over because you got to come back and work
No,
with us?
you'd always prefer holidays, but when you're like, oh, I'm ready to go back, I think that's a really good sign that you like
must hate your
that's really
family.
good.
That's
Two
actually
young
really
boys
good.
under 5, it's a break, right?
Well, we put the call out. Kylie from Kinross gave us a call. Morning, Kylie. Kylie?
Carly, how are you?
Kylie?
Hello, Carly.
Yeah. She can't hear us. I don't know why.
Kylie?
Well, she did
It
say
just dawned on her.
she is a bus driver. And Kylie, can you hear us now?
Hang on, try it again, Ames. Kylie, you got us? No.
No, this is going great.
Do you still love your job now, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, like, now I look like an idiot. I'm back.
Kylie, do you love your job? Silence. That's literally what you call radio silence.
Well, that just goes to show.
I think
Hey,
we
Kylie-
rest our case.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
checked
yeah.
yourself for a second and said, no.
No, actually, this is awful.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So we're about to play you an interview that we did with Geoff Hutchison, and we recorded it last week. So that's why my voice sounds a little bit husky. Remember when I was going through my sexy phase?
Absolutely.
Do you remember it fondly?
You too.
Is she having a crack at me, Ross?
Sexual tension.
Ross. She having a crack at me?
Well, you did both rock up at work together at the same
That's a
time
great point.
today.
Oh, we had to carpool, mate. It's a thing.
It was just easier, you know. We went straight from my house. Anyway, let's have a listen to our chat with Geoff Hutchison. It's Nathan, Nat and Sean, and we have a special guest in the studio. This is, Sean, a glimpse into our future.
Yes.
This is somebody who's worked a long time in radio and now doesn't. This is what is beyond the rainbow.
Could be next week, Nat.
I know. Welcome, Geoff Hutchison.
You two could look
Hey,
like me.
Jeff.
So, Geoff, you spent many years on the ABC, but now you're a bona fide author.
Isn't that exciting?
You've written a book which I think is probably going to be on the Christmas list. There's a lot of dads who are about to get this for Christmas, I reckon. It's called How Not to Become a Grumpy Old Bugger.
Yeah. And look, only part of it was a response to male talkback callers on the ABC. But some of them were the kind of people, wouldn't matter what the subject was, and they would just come on board and go, yeah, well, I think that's rubbish. The bloke's an idiot.
How often did Sean call you?
Jeff, I loved hearing your voice on the radio. You know why?
Yes.
It's very soothing.
Well,
And,
that's
yeah.
good. That's good because, I had to kind of soothe the savage beast sometimes, you
Yes.
know, and I liked it very much, but I was also happy to step away. And it's kind of interesting that in this book I write a lot about blokes as they get older and about maybe going into retirement or not being the person they were at work anymore. And I think there are real risks available to men, and that is that your world can get really small,
Yes.
and very negative and a bit nasty. And I think that happens too much, and I certainly am aware of that. And part of it too was my own dad, who I start the book by telling a story when I was about 12, and Dad's coming down to water the tomatoes or something, and I'm chopping wood or something, and apropos of nothing, I say, "How are you, Dad?" And he doesn't answer, and then I said, "Are you happy, Dad?"
Oh.
And he looks away and he goes, "No, not really." And then he goes off to the tomatoes. Now, I didn't think a lot about it at the time,
Yeah.
but I've thought a lot about it since.
Yes.
And how a lot of boys of that generation don't get to know their dads particularly well because their dads are not particularly good at talking to them about things that matter.
Yeah. Nobody asks the dad a lot of the times.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I appreciate these at different times, but I guess I'll give you an example. You know, as you get older, you've accumulated life experience and you start thinking about things that are working and not working, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, that idiot in the white Camry who just stopped at the green traffic light and put on his brake.
Yeah.
And the dog next door that barks all the time, and the kid down the street that rides a scooter and doesn't have a helmet. There's nothing wrong with being grumpy or having grumpy moments, but I think men start collecting them. And I use this rather unpopular phrase. It's like curating a museum of dickheadedness, right? Or the things they don't like.
Yes.
And the problem is...
And there's a lot of examples out there. This is the problem.
Yeah, and I'm not against the idea of railing against some things, but this museum it sits in your guts.
And it takes over, doesn't it?
All it does is make you miserable.
Yeah.
And what blokes don't seem to understand well enough is it makes people around them unhappy.
Yes.
Partners. Women get to a certain age, and Maggie Dent told me in the book, once they've gone past menopause and putting food on the table for the kids, they're going to want to go and do things.
Yes.
So you better be aware of that, or you'll be sitting at the Formica table going, where have you gone,
Where
Beryl?
is she? Yeah.
And Beryl's in a hot air balloon in Turkey.
That's what I just
Nat
did.
just did.
Yeah. Because,
Get out of here.
because you didn't notice, or you
Yes.
didn't think it mattered.
Yes.
The big thing for me is saying to blokes who've been so defined by wearing a uniform of expectation, father, provider, etc., etc. But the world is changing. And we can't say we're surprised that it's changing because it's been changing for a really long time.
Yeah.
All I'm suggesting is that if we can let some stuff go, we will be that
Sean, are
much
you hearing
happier.
this?
No, I'm hearing it. And I'm thinking of my dad, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. How do these men find the joy? What's the secret to not being grumpy, to actually finding a little bit of happiness?
What I ask blokes to do is to gather up all the things that make them unhappy, write them down,
Yes.
And then, with the bouzouki music from the Monty Python Cheese Shop sketch playing behind them.
Very important.
I want them to read those things out aloud.
Right.
So they've got about 30 things on their list.
Yep.
You know, petty grievances, the son-in-law who won't stop talking about cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Any experience going to Officeworks. Apologies if Officeworks is a
I bloody love
sponsor of the-
Officeworks.
Yeah. But read that list out aloud, and if you're not laughing by the end of it, there really is something wrong with you.
Okay, that's the test.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
a test, and and then you start realising that these things don't matter. It's like diversity issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, the culture wars around.
It's never going to
trans
impact
people.
you.
It
Don't
is
worry.
not going to impact you.
That's right.
So, and I've interviewed Alex Pearce for the book, which was fantastic because I asked Alex what it was like to go to the Fremantle Dockers in 2013 and what it looks like today. And he just talked about how different it is and what a different environment it is. And he said, you know, back then beards weren't encouraged, didn't really like earrings. And he goes, well, you know, I've got long hair, I've got my nose pierced, and I've got a nipple ring.
Yes.
And some blokes particularly still rail against these kind of ideas.
Yeah.
Sean, you'd be really familiar with this. And to what end?
It's like it makes no difference to you if he's got a nipple ring.
It makes you unhappy.
Yeah.
And as he says, with things like diversity issues, Alex says, you know nothing about the trans world or what it is for a young man to become a woman later in life. And you don't have to understand everything.
You don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it. No one's making you do it. And he said, the thing is, if you've got no interest in actually learning about any of these things, every time the subject comes up, what do? You just explode.
Yeah.
You get angry.
Yeah.
And people walk away from you. And I give blokes lots of opportunity to say, what you're saying is crap. Because
no one would say that.
No,
but it's
everyone
really hard to
rings
write-
true.
It's really hard to write a book. I think women will love this book. But it's really hard to write a book and get the tone right for a bloke to want to read it.
Yep.
Yes.
So regularly, I say things like, you may not agree with this.
Yes.
Or where I talk about partners and the possibility that they might leave you because you're so miserable, I say, I always put in brackets, there's an air raid siren about to go off now, just to warn them.
Yes.
To try and keep them engaged. But I think we'd be better off if we, you know, heed my important advice. It took me 288 pages to essentially say, go easy on yourself and go easy on other people.
And, you know, as the song from Frozen says, let it go.
That's beautiful. We would never have played that at the ABC.
We don't really play it here either. Don't worry about it. It is going to be in a lot of stockings come Christmas time, I imagine. This is perfect timing, Geoff. It is called How Not to Become a Grumpy Old Bugger, A Bloke's Guide to Living a Better Life. Geoff Hutchison, it's a joy. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good on you, Jeff.
Great work.
Pleasure to have you here.
And what's next? I mean, now you've got nothing to do. What are you going to do? Yell at clouds.
I'm selling the book pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I hope there's going to be another one.
Yeah,
so
great.
We'll just see how
not to be a grumpier old bugger. Yeah.
Maybe I could focus on women, Sean.
Yeah,
Wow,
I think
don't look at
women
me.
love a man mansplaining menopause to them. So get on to that. Thanks so much,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Thanks very much.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's Nathan, Nat and Sean's Book Week.
For the why. Invest in your child's future with the Y School Ready program, helping children under 5 flourish with literacy and language. Search the Y WA Early Learning.
You know that one of our favourite things to do is to celebrate Book Week. We've had such a ripping time doing it in the last couple of years, and we can officially announce that we're heading to Brentwood Primary School to do our show live on Friday, the 22nd of August.
Nat,
This is all thanks to our incredible friends at the Y again.
We put that, there's a vision of when you guys said it
I know.
up on our socials of the whole school listening to it. And
I know.
It's adorable because they all
It's so
cheer.
cute.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're in assembly listening to you guys, which is worrying because of, well, whatever
Yeah,
you
it is
say
worrying.
before
Because
that.
Don't look at me, look at him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've taken it to the next level this year too.
Yeah, we have.
'Cause we always get involved in Book Week, as like
We
you
do.
said, Nat, we love it. But
We
this
costume
time, we've written our very own book.
That's right. We have written a children's book, and I cannot tell you the number of people who have rudely asked me, did you guys really write it? Yes, we did.
Well, Lewis is in it,
we did.
right?
Yeah, Lewis is in it.
Your
Exactly. That's right. So each of us, the book is about us wanting to write a book, and then we're each pitching our story ideas. And when you read it, it does make sense.
It's full on. It's full on.
We all wrote
It's a huge read.
Wait for the plot twist.
Yeah. You won't. You can't help yourself to turn the page. It's one of those. It's a page turner.
Yeah.
We didn't draw the drawings ourselves. We did employ a proper illustrator to do that, and she did a fantastic job. We're
Sean looks great.
so pleased with
Ross,
it.
Your
you're so
curly
lovely.
hair looks really nice.
Ross, and I stand by my biggest statement of the year.
Yep.
It's pretty good, this book.
It's the best book Sean's read in years, or perhaps ever.
So how do people get a copy? They can win?
So you'll get an opportunity to win it, but we will be selling it for telethon. Okay,
Yeah,
so
good cause.
and it goes on sale on the 22nd of August via the telethon website. And all proceeds obviously go to telethon. It's just we thought, what a great way to be able to support a great cause.
Yeah, and just quickly, if I was to read it to my kids in bed, like how long is it going to take? Because you don't like getting a big book for the kids in bed. You want it to be...
I reckon that's good bedtime length, actually.
Yeah. Ross,
Actually,
if you can't get through that in 15 minutes, you go.
Could you do it? Could you read it to them as a test audience to see whether... Because we didn't actually test it with any children.
Yeah, and ask Sully what he thinks. Yep, sure. I mean, it's too late no matter what he says.
We're fully committed. So, yeah, fingers crossed. But we're very proud of it. We like it. Hopefully you do too.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Yesterday, while we had Joel Creasy on the line, we caught up with his friend and also excellent comedian, and they're doing a show together. So we thought, what a great opportunity to chat about that. Let's have a listen. Joel will introduce us to his bestie.
We call her my business partner, and that's because she knows all of my business. She is a legend, comedy icon, and my bestie, Janelle Koenig.
Janelle! You forgot very good looking.
Oh, yes, supermodel. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Janelle, welcome.
How exciting to be here at Nova.
I know. You used to work for the opposition back in the day.
Do you know...
That was me for me a crucifix and saying, no!
No.
So good to see you all.
We did a show at the competition like 15 years ago on Monday nights.
Did you?
Prime time, Monday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight, called Joel Creasy's Book Club. Nothing
Late
about
night.
books. Late night book club, sorry. Janelle never forgets.
Janelle didn't get a mention in the
title.
Not Joel and Janelle's Late Night Book Club.
No, but if it helps, the show never got picked up, so...
Now we know why.
Didn't help me. I never get a mention when I'm around Joel. We were... at the Helpman Awards, Joel was nominated for a show that I co-wrote with him. I was being okay, I wrote. And in all of the papers next day, it was Joel Creasy and Glamorous Female Date. No one looked up my name. Nothing.
Didn't take the time to ask. I love, because I went and saw you when you guys did your little storytelling show, which you've got another one coming up. That's the reason we're talking to you. But and you told the story of when Joel was hosting the New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve?
Oh, Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Talk us through what the situation was for
What
you.
a nightmare.
And what everybody saw on TV.
Okay, so Joel and Nerelda Jacobs hosted the Mardi Gras telecast, and I wrote the whole script for the whole show, which is a good 3 hour.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
the gays really know how to stretch. Oh, maybe I shouldn't phrase it that way. We really know how to put on a long show.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's also not good. So I had written the whole script. I knew the whole script intimately, and we are on Taylor Square in Sydney, and Joel and Nerelda are looking out of a kebab van, a glorified kebab van, looking out onto the oncoming parade.
Yep.
Yes.
And the whole script was on the teleprompter, on the auto cue.
Yes.
And about 10 minutes into the show, maybe just after the Dykes on Bikes.
Yes,
that's
yeah,
very
they always
early, 'cause
open
they
the
always
parade.
kick it off,
Early,
yes.
yeah. Auto cue went down.
Yeah,
Auto cue
completely.
went down completely, and the only person that knew the script intimately was me.
Yes.
So I had to lie on the floor of the kebab van, hand writing the script in Sharpie
Did you?
on A4 paper. But not only that, in front of the guests that were coming in to speak to Joel and Nerelda. So I'm lying on the floor of the van while Dua Lipa,
Yes.
Jonathan Van Ness, Kylie Minogue, Sam Smith are walking. I'm just waving at them. So have I met those people? Yes, I have.
You've looked right
Yeah.
up their skirts.
Every time that they walked in, did you have to say what you were doing? Because that's the... or do you just...
Yeah, I might ignore the lady on the floor.
Hey,
Yeah.
You were the same height as the Veronicas, though,
Yeah.
so that was fine.
And it wasn't a gorgeous, like, Rubenesque pose. It wasn't like a glamorous...
Yeah, draw me like one of your French girls. No.
Yes.
It was fetal.
Yes, yes. And the emphasis being on feet. Because it's just people are kicking you and, showbiz is glamorous.
Janelle, so you guys just going to be on stage waxing lyrical about each other and pulling the piss out of each other, or you're doing separate stories?
No, it's all together the whole time because we know each other very, very well. We've been working together about 15 years now.
Yeah.
And I can remember Joel has a different memory for how he first met me.
Okay.
But my memory of us is being together at a gig at the Brass Monkey.
Yeah,
Never met
glamour.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Showbiz. And we were together up the back, never met before. And at the same time, we were watching another comedian who shall remain nameless. And at the same time, we both said, I hate him.
It was Rove McManus, wasn't it?
Don't tell him, Sean.
And I mean, that's bonding. That's trauma bonding, really, isn't it? Yeah.
Because when I was 14 years old, Mum used to watch the Comedy Channel late at night, and I was sick one night, so I got to sit up on the couch with Mum. And I remember Janelle being on Stand Up Australia. Is that right, Janelle?
Yes.
And I remember laughing my head off and being like, "Oh my gosh, she is fabulous!" I didn't even realise I wanted to be a stand-up at this point.
Yeah.
And then, a few years later, we met each other, and then.
So
here
you
we
got
are
into
now.
stand-up to meet Janelle. Is that?
I got into stand-up to meet Janelle
that
Koenig,
tracks.
and my dreams have come true.
The reason he recognised me from that show is because I was still doing the same jokes.
But what's so fun about our storytelling shows is we have a PowerPoint and we just sit there and make each other laugh, and they are the best fun.
Absolutely.
And,
You say we have a PowerPoint. It's you that makes it, isn't it, Janelle?
I do it all, yes.
Yeah. I don't have the app. Is it an app?
So I'd imagine you don't really stay if there's such a script because you just start pulling the piss out of each other.
No, and there's so many stories and so many things that can't be said on the radio, Joel.
And the wireless.
So the last time you were comparing your life, Janelle, to Joel's life,
Yes.
and that there were a few stark differences.
Just a few.
Is that
a few.
a similar vein? Are we doing that kind of theming again? Or
I don't know if Joel's ever been to a Langford netball court in torrential rain, have you? On a Saturday,
Is
Joel?
that? What happened at the Langford sports court?
Oh, it was horrific on the weekend. It was
The
horrific.
weekend?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
The rain came in sideways,
Yes.
and I'm not a sporty mum. I'm just
What?
not that mum, and it was just horrific. And I realised that when I am wet and cold and annoyed, I turn into a 15-year-old girl.
Yes.
And the other mothers are going, "How are you, Janelle?" I'm going, "What are you talking to me about? I don't care. Doesn't matter."
You should do what my mum did, because I played netball in Esperance, which, of course, it was always raining. And so Mum just went shopping. Mum actually didn't watch my games. Hardly anyone's mums did back then. It was great for them.
You're
You feel
required
obliged
to
these
watch.
days. Yes, you are.
Oh, it's community standards.
But my friend sent me a photo of her son's football game, and there was literally a duck on the. I will send you the photo. There was a duck on the ground, and not standing, swimming, floating, gliding along the water while the footballers are knee deep in water.
Yes.
There's something wrong with that. I know it's a winter sport, but that's ridiculous.
Oh, ridiculous!
Resilience, though. Aren't we teaching them that by making them play?
Oh, but I don't want to play. I don't want to be resilient. I've done it.
Yeah, I want to be on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the couch is much better.
That's where Janelle
I mean,
and I
I
do
walk
our
the dog,
best
but
work.
at least I can, check Rain Parrot and see when the rain's coming and dodge it. Whereas you can't do that with a scheduled match, can
No,
you?
just pray for lightning.
Electrocute that duck.
Sorry, Doug.
Hey, Janelle, you're telling us about some shows you've done recently, and people are macking on when you're doing your stand-up. What's that
It
all
was
about?
very strange. I had some fabulous gigs on the weekend at the Comedy Lounge, but people were snoggy during my set.
During your set?
And I don't mean like a quick peck. I mean a snog, a pash.
pash.
They were getting on, to use a 90s phrase.
You're in a room full of people who are all paying attention to the person on stage,
I
and you find
know.
you get horny enough that you need to mac on during that.
No, and my
material.
material is not sexy, Sean.
It must be. You must be oblivious to what you're putting out there for the
People have spoken.
Maybe
Maybe
it's
it's
my
just your raw pheromones.
I was going to say, yeah, my pheromones. Well, they were moaning in the corner.
Can I ask you, how do you keep concentrating. Nat was telling us when she did a show at a pub in Fremantle that she, out of the corner of her eye, just spotted her brother.
Yeah, it threw me off massively.
Really?
Oh, yeah, the last minute. Not that had I known he was going to be there ahead of time, I think it would have been okay.
Oh,
but
you didn't know.
I knew just at the moment that I went to walk on, I was being introduced, and my sister-in-law turned around and looked at me, and I went, because some of the stories I was telling involved him, and I'm like, oh, this is awkward. And I've never cleared it with him, all right. And it was just like, and it was a tough night anyway, and it was like awful. Like the white, the noise, and it's like in your head's going mad, and and then I forgot that I had I'd written my first opening joke, and I was pretty proud of it, but I forgot the second part of it.
Oh no, I've been there. I've been there.
That was a killer.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
So people snogging.
Snogging.
Does it
How
throw
did
you
I
off?
handle it? I absolutely called them out and said, what are you doing? So that the whole 160 people looked at them.
Did it stop them, or did that get them fired up?
No,
a little bit
I think
more?
they were kind
They're
of...
the sort of people that pash on airplanes, I reckon. Do you know what I mean?
PDA people,
Yeah, it's gross. It's
You
gross.
can't do that, can you,
People
on a
do
plane?
it, though. People do it, Sean. Don't do it, but
You
people
can
do.
up the pointy end,
Strangers.
absolutely.
Oh, you can. I always wonder about I've never been up the pointy end where you go, they got the universal bar on some of those international flights. Can you go there and,
well, make a
combos?
move.
Yeah, Nat, this
You
is an
could.
opportunity.
You could. It's also on the way, like on Emirates, it's on the way to the toilet. So you've got to walk through the bar to get to the toilet. So you could just sit there and wait for people as they walk to the toilet and hit them up. It's a little bit unsafe.
It is a Middle Eastern airline, though. I would be a little bit careful. Especially me.
Joel and Janelle have stories to tell. Super
that
name,
works
like
brilliantly.
Romy. It's like Dr. Seuss wrote it. Subiaco Arts Centre, Saturday, August 23. It is a mid-afternoon show. Is this after netball, is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
and
started
the
to...
oranges first.
2:30 to 4 p.m. Yeah, that's right. Tickets at wacomedyweek.com. Check it out because it's going to be a cracking show. You will leave thoroughly entertained.
And you will, you'll feel better about your life choices because we will tell you about all our terrible ones.
Thanks, Janelle.
Thanks,
much for
Janelle.
coming in.
Love you,
See you
Janelle.
Friday, Joel.
See you then.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I read a story today online about a couple. This is a nightmare situation. So this couple, they were retiring. They bought a block of land in a Victorian country town that was a subdivision of an old farm. So it's like a big paddock. It was subdivided. They bought, and it was like a 2-hectare block, and then they got a house that was like one of those transportable house, like a relocatable house, and they brought that over. They got
Good idea.
permits for that and everything. They got a driveway put in, which they had to get a permit for. They then and sewerage and the power and everything were connected. They lived there for 3 years.
Yep.
3 years. They've been there for 3 years.
And this is the place they probably want to.
It's their dream.
Finish
This is
their
their
life.
this is their
forever home.
their see out their retirement years basically. What they loved about the block is that it had a beautiful outlook.
Oh, cool.
So that's nice. So they're just living happily, and then they got a letter in the mail saying they had to not only move out, but move their entire house within 14 days because they had built it on the wrong block. So
How
did they not know? You're just telling us about the permits. And...
So this is the thing. So when they bought it, it was still unsubdivided essentially. So it was like a big paddock. But the agent saying it's not my fault. But the agent, they reckon they were shown that block, and the agent reckons he showed them the block that they eventually bought, even though there's no fences or anything to delineate it at the time. Right? It was probably there would have been a map somewhere where it's been officially subdivided, but there was nothing on the actual land. The house, there were lot numbers on fence posts that were a bit ambiguous about which one they're referring to. And they're saying, the council didn't stop us when we applied for all these permits to get everything done. The council saying, no, it's not our fault. And so now...
And this for 3 years they lived there.
Because the people that owned the land lived interstate. So they had inherited or bought it off an uncle who passed away. And then when they finally thought, maybe we should do something with that, they realised that there was already a house built on it. Thought, hang on a second, this isn't right. And so then they've looked into it and went, these people have built on the wrong block. So it was the block next door was the one they were supposed to build on. And the people that... so then they proposed a land swap. Because
Well, that's an easy fix.
Yeah, that's right. given
You go
the
to the
other
left-hand
people
side, we'll stay with the right.
hadn't built anything or, there was nothing to take down or whatever, the people that rightfully owned that block. But they said no because it wasn't like for like, so the block mustn't have been the same size or the outlook wasn't the same or whatever. And so now these people run the risk of having to literally pick up a house and move it, which
I don't see how it's such their problem because the agent must.
Well, the agent's saying it's not our problem.
But then all the other things that you have to get through, like the council, you have to go to the council to get everything done, and that has to. You have to have the proper address.
Yes, you have to show your deeds and all sorts of things.
How you do with the addressor's name.
Yeah.
How brutal are the other property owners saying, "No, you got to move"?
Yeah, I know.
Mean, from their perspective, they could be thinking,
we might get a house out of it.
A house here. Should we do a swap? No, can't do that.
Yeah.
And you got 2 weeks.
Yes, it's 14 days. Yeah, and they're saying 14 days to move your house. You wouldn't even be able to find somebody to do it in that time.
What would you do if you're the person on the property?
I know.
Just say no.
What do you do?
Maybe. Is there squatting rights of being at a place for...
Yeah, squatting rights.
I don't know that applies to vacant land like that, though. You can't just put a house on a block because the block's
and
empty.
then call it your own.
3 years, though.
I'm no lawyer, but I don't think you can.
And who's paying the council rates?
Great question.
Because that would have been coming out to them.
Yes.
For that...
Yes.
For that lot.
You're dead right. So, but they would have just got them and gone, this is our rates, and then just paid it without looking at the specific lot number or whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been still addressed to them.
So do you know, is there a resolution? Are they going to move? No. Okay.
No. It's headed for court, I would think.
Yeah.
Lawyers will make some money out of it.
3 years living in a place just to find that out.
So if you are buying a block of land, here is my advice to you. Check the number. Check to see before you build that you're building on the right block of land. Who thought you would need to give this advice? But that is our gift to you.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Special guest, Caitlin Bassett, with us this morning.
See you, Bass. Settle in for this one. There's a lady over in New York. She was doing a summer intern at a law firm. It was a prestigious law firm, in fact. They were called Sidley Austin in Manhattan.
Oh, they sound fancy. And so the idea that you do an internship over the summer with the hope of that maybe it's a foot in the door or it looks good on your resume
Big
you
time.
can get a job.
Yeah, I think this business was one of those people, if you can show that you'll be an intern for a fair bit of time and do all the
grunt work,
grunt work, then they'll employ you.
Yeah.
The problem is they had to let her go and boot her out of the business because she bit 5 people when she was working there over the summer.
What is she, a Rottweiler?
How did she set that up? Is it like, hey, put your finger in my mouth? Like, is this a game?
Well, of course, being a law firm, they had to say allegedly, repeatedly biting people, biting their colleagues.
No.
And every now and then she'd just growl at them too. So I don't know.
So she's a Rottweiler. They hired a dog.
Did she have to go through a recruiting process? Surely there would be thousands of people trying to get an internship at this
would have been a very competitive job. Yeah.
Right.
How did she get about biting people? Why?
I think it wasn't aggressively biting them.
Like
I think it became like a bit of a moniker of hers. You know when Nat gives you nipple cricket.
Yeah. Just before we came on air,
yeah.
Both of them today.
And
I don't know. She did it, and then it became a bit of an MO for her.
I love it like once, twice, 5 times.
Yeah,
that's
right.
a little bit ridiculous.
So just what I would like to take away from this is 4 times is okay.
One too many.
And weren't people wearing
long sleeves, Ross? They started wearing long sleeves, and it was summer over in New York. It was bloody hot.
To combat it.
So they were combating it just to make sure that she didn't give them a bit of a nibble.
Imagine having to be the person that says
you're fired
over that.
Okay, so they've had to call in HR, but surely there would have had to be a warning process. Do you know what I mean? Like you need to stop biting people.
Maybe she's on probation. They can just get rid of it.
No, but I mean, wouldn't you? Like that would be the way you would approach it, and HR's the way HR normally, responds to these sorts of things.
FYI, I don't know what happened at your last employment, but we frown on the nibbles and the biting. So can you just refrain from that during work hours?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Any biters at the Western Force?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Nobody's given you a nibble?
I haven't. Imagine. I reckon that would be immediate sacking. Imagine like walking out, hi, my name's Caitlin, I'm a new player development manager.
I know, but it's more like it's a bit of fun. You know, if it's a fun nibble,
it's a bit of fun nibble.
I'm just going to...
Yeah. I want to put that across. It wasn't an aggressive nibble, Ross. It was a fun
Sound
nibble.
effect now.
Fun nibble. What makes it fun versus aggressive? Just like
the way you look at it.
The mark on your shoulder, probably.
Ross will show you when Dean Lewis is playing next.
Have you ever been bitten by a horse? That's that's a not fun.
That's a nice big
Yeah, that's
one,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah. They don't know how to nibble.
No.
But I imagine, like, you know how puppies like to, when they're little, they mouth everything because they're teething or whatever.
Yeah.
So, they
Maybe that was the case with her.
Yeah, maybe she just...
Even kids, they bite each other at play school all the time, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, so you grow out
well,
of
it's
it.
not acceptable in a New York law firm, as it turns out.
Yeah, right.
I want to ask people out there if you've had to let someone go for an odd reason.
Maybe
you're
you
like,
let go, or you knew someone in the workplace, or they got fired because of
A
the
really
nibbling.
smelly fart, I reckon that would happen.
Do you reckon a one-off? Or a
have to be multiple.
Well, if it was one off, you'd be gone.
I'll be gone.
John's in
Bloody
Baldivis. Hello. John?
Hello, John.
Having trouble with John, obviously. Try him again, Ross.
John, you there?
John's been let go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right there, John. All right, good man. Okay, John, talk to us. Did you have to let someone
I'm heading
go?
up Underhill at the moment.
Oh, up the hill. Righto.
Okay. Talk to us. What happened?
Yeah, so basically back in the day, a long time ago, I used to manage a place at Perth Airport. I won't say place, but we had a gentleman work there, and he had rotten teeth. Like his teeth was basically stuffed.
Yep.
And he had really, really bad breath. Like really bad breath. And basically, you know, we tried talking to him, got to the point where the customer started complaining they didn't want to have him back.
That's a tough situation.
You know, we tried everything with him, you know, telling him to take him to bloody dentist and everything like that.
Yeah.
He just failed to believe us. He said he couldn't smell it. He's probably used to it.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
And it was shocking. And when I say shocking, I mean shocking.
That would have been a hard conversation to bring up with him.
Did you have to
It
do that,
was.
John?
I did, yeah. I had to sort of sit down with him and sort of explain it to him, mate. You know, you've got really bad breath. You know, you're going to have to look at maybe getting your teeth done or something like that. But in the end, our HR department come over and got rid of him
Yeah, right.
because of it, which
That's
was
tough.
quite bad. You know what I mean? It was sad because he was a really good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, he sort of in denial about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you
Yeah,
say
that
this
is
is a river in Egypt?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure,
I've been waiting to use that for years.
You haven't, yeah. Do you think that was the best
Yes.
opportunity?
No, probably not.
Thanks, John. Chloe's in Thornley. Morning, Chloe.
Hi.
All right, Chloe. Did you have to let somebody go?
Well, I didn't have to let them go. My work did.
Yes.
I used to work in a daycare centre, and they hired this girl, and she was lovely, and she was really, really good at her job. But at nap time, we used to have to sit with the kids and pat them to sleep. And every single day, she would fall asleep. And we didn't know how to wake her up.
Oh, it'd be so hard not to.
I love that.
We didn't know how to wake her up, so we used to leave her asleep. And, yeah, my boss used to walk in and, yeah, we didn't know how to deal with it. So eventually my boss just had to say, I don't think this job's for you.
But, I mean...
Did you get a warning along the journey, Chloe? Like, hey, don't
She
fall
got
asleep.
warned a few times.
Oh, she did.
But it was just over a couple of weeks. It was, she
It's
just
just too
didn't care.
tempting.
She was
Too tempting.
Yeah,
Well,
just
she
to
took-
lay down and...
She led by example.
Exactly. This
Do
is
you know
how
what I
you do
mean?
it.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
This is what I expect of you. And if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. She's got leadership qualities. That's
It
what
is.
she's
It's
got.
a great game to play with
Depends
kids,
how you
isn't
frame it,
Let's
right?
lay still,
Yes.
as still
As
as
soon
we
as you
possibly
can.
can. It's a great game. They love it. The kids love it.
That's a ripper. Thanks, Chloe. And finally, Brittany. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Brit.
Brett. Now, tell us about when somebody got let go for an unusual reason.
So I used to work in vet nursing, and we had a new trainee that came in, and we didn't realise it at first. We thought it was weird. She'd take all of the pets, like she'd take them first, and then we realised...
Oh, I would have tied that.
Brittany, you cut out there.
Cut out. Crucial time.
Yeah.
And then?
So she would take all the animals, yeah.
And then we figured out she had some weird thing about smelling all the animals before she'd hand them over to the vet.
Oh, man.
She
needed to whiff them.
She sniffed the animals. So like somebody brought their
Yeah.
guinea pig in, she'd have a good old inhale.
Yeah, she'd give him a cuddle, give him a good sniff, and then pass him over to the vet.
How did you find out and how did you approach bringing that up?
Kind of just being in the back with her, I noticed every time that she picked up an animal, she'd give it a bit of a
sniff it.
sniff, and we kind of started talking about it, it went around the clinic, and then it obviously ended up going to the boss, and he was like, yeah, no, we can't.
You can't.
We can't have this.
But I mean,
what's wrong with it?
Yeah,
it's not harming
It's not
anyone.
hurting anybody.
Exactly.
She's
probably thinks she's doing
taking
her
the animal
job.
out the back
'Cause she's
for a
like,
sniff.
She's saying to the vet, hey, this one's a
she's
bit
doing a
whiffy.
line.
Yeah,
She's doing a line of animal.
You could argue that it's a diagnostic technique.
Yes, you could say, this one smells like it's got cancer.
All right.
Seabass, you're the biggest animal lover I know. You love the sniff of a bit of
Do you know what? I love
guinea
the
pig.
smell of a puppy.
Puppies have
I
a
love
great
puppy smell,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've ever picked up an animal and sniffed it.
Yeah.
Like deliberately. I am a sniffer though. At the shops, I will pick things up and smell them.
What are you smelling?
Like dishwashing detergent. I want the one that smells the nicest. Body wash.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I'll do all the
body wash, that
smells.
makes sense.
Yeah. Just
I played footy with a guy who was a mad sniffer, and he had to go to hypnotherapy.
To stop him from sniffing things. What sort of things was he sniffing?
Oh, I'm not going to go into it.
He was an undie sniffer, wasn't he?
Stop. Chair.
Stop.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Last quarter.
Spend more time doing you things, like cheering on your home team from the Bankwest Best Seats.
All right, here's what's on the line, everybody. 2 premium Bankwest Best Seats see the Eagles take on the Crows on Saturday, August 10th. Be plenty of goals, unfortunately, probably just for the 1/10. Premium seating plus food and drinks all included.
Hey, sorry, I'll just jump in there for a second. I'll be covering the game on Channel 7, and there's guaranteed to be lots of ads because there'll be high scoring. So you're going to get your money's worth.
Shut up, Sean.
Hey, you also get to say goodbye to Dom Sheed and Jeremy McGovern.
Great point. Yes, true.
That's why you're
Absolute
here, Seabass.
legends
You've got
for
the
the
real
club.
stuff.
All right, in the first quarter, it is Julie taking on Diana. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
All right, Jules, you sound like you've got your wits about you. How do you win the last quarter, Jules?
You win the last quarter.
You are. Bang on. Are you taking on Diana from Mosman Park? Morning, Di.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
All right,
Di,
Di.
how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
Yes, indeed.
Fun accent, too.
This is a
Fantastic, loved it.
battle of the classes, Rivervale v Mosman Park.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're about to ask you a question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. You get it right, you're through to the next quarter. You get it wrong, your opponent moves through. Let's test your buzzers. Julie.
Julie.
Diana.
Diana.
Okay, they're working, guys. Seabass, you're going to kick us off with the first question.
Alrighty. How many premierships have the Fremantle Dockers won?
Julie.
Julie.
0.
Yes, Julie, you're
That's
absolutely
really
correct.
mean.
It's a mean question,
never been a-
Caitlin.
I didn't come up with that.
Yes, you did.
Julie, you're through to the second quarter where you're taking on Jamie from Success. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Now, Jamie, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
Jamie, I like the way you think. Jamie, please test your buzzer.
Jamie.
It's working. Second quarter, Julie v. Jamie.
Great horn, Ross.
Thank you.
Question number 2. Who is Mario's brother in Nintendo games?
Jamie.
Julie.
Jamie.
Luigi.
Yes. Julie, you
say
did.
Julie?
Yeah,
It's
it's not
just
quick
that
enough.
Jamie got in first, I'm afraid. Yeah. Jamie, you're through to the third quarter. Jamie, you're taking on Ray from Mindari. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning. How are you?
Great,
Awesome.
Ray.
Hey, Ray.
How do you win the last quarter, Ray?
You win the last quarter.
Yes, you do, Ray. Ray, would you like to test your buzzer?
Ray.
All right. Third quarter, Jamie v. Ray. Caitlin?
Which state in Australia has the most AFL teams?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Ray.
Jamie?
Victoria.
Yes. Jamie, you're
All
through
over that one, Jamie.
to the last quarter. We're on the brink of victory. You're taking on David from Kingsley. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
David, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
And you know where you are right now, David?
In the last quarter.
Yes. All right. Let's test your buzzer, David. David.
just big horn over the top of that. But
Okay, Jamie v. David. Last quarter question. Sean, take it
You've
away.
always wanted to be known by the guy with the big horn, Ross, eh?
Finally.
Here we go. What type of animal is Gary in SpongeBob?
David.
David for the win.
A crab.
David for the loss. I'm afraid.
David, so
Gary
matter of fact.
is a snail. Jamie, that means you have done it. You're off to the footy on Sunday. 2 premium banquets, best seats, see the Eagles, take on the Crows, premium seating, food and drinks, all included. And you get to wave goodbye to our mate Jeremy McGovern and Dom Sheed as well. Pay tribute to their magnificent careers. Jamie, you have a good time, all right?
Thanks very much.
Well played. We're doing it again tomorrow, everybody. Last quarter will be back. It's 2 to 9. Caitlin, thank you so much for coming in. You teased some big news. You didn't tell anybody what it was.
Officially, right now, I would like to announce my retirement from Waffle W.
How many games did you actually play?
I played 2.
Okay,
the girls
great.
wrapped up their season on the weekend. They
hope
won
you
their
weren't on match
third
payments.
game. I was on match payments. Look, and I'm happy to say that part of my career is done. I had the best time. I met some great people, but I'm just happy to slide into retirement now. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Will they do a lap around like Dom Sheed and Jeremy McGovern? Do you reckon I can do a lap?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe at the Waffle Grand Final they'll let me do a lap.
The recently retired. And here's Caitlin Bassett, who played 2 games. And didn't really know what she was doing.
Nah, didn't really do much in those 2 games either.
She was tall.
Yeah,
And that's half the battle.
She brought the vibes. She was a great water runner. Look, I was a good teammate. That's what I want to be.
You're a great team player and you do bring the vibes.
Wow,
Thank you
retirement.
so much.
So young.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, from KO, Kath Lachlan is going to be joining us.
Oh,
She's one of
Cat
our
Beauty.
favourites.
One of our favourites, absolutely.
She's terrific.
God, she's working hard on the weekends some
And the
days.
keeper of the roses,
Yeah.
Mick Ryan. Was she late to the footy because her flight got delayed?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And the other part to that is we did see the other day, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
she's bloody
running.
running
She
marathons
runs-
and stuff.
The pace she runs at. It's freakish. Extraordinary.
Crazy like a fox.
Makes me just want to sit on the couch.
Sam Trusso stayed in the car at 8 o'clock because Caitlin Bassett mentioned there was a big announcement, and then we waited about 45 minutes to say what again, Caitlin?
That I've officially retired from AFLW, and a couple of my teammates have already messaged me, so thanks, ladies, I appreciate it.
Glittering 2-game career.
2-game career, yeah. They said, but who will run
Put it on the
water for us
Wikipedia.
next year? I might be tempted to come down, but just not when it's raining, guys.
Well, if it's raining, they don't need the water.
In the sun, yeah.
Hi, Sam.
Daily Mail's already writing the headlines for this one. You wait. Australia's greatest ever netballer retires, and that'll dominate for the day. But
From a 2-game AFLW career.
Yeah. Multi-sport athlete,
Thank you.
Caitlin.
Yes,
So
that's
very
right.
impressive.
None of us are.
Slashy.
Thanks, yes.
Yeah, slashy. You love that. Hey, great show again today, guys. I missed, though, Geoff Hutchison this morning.
Yes.
About not becoming a grumpy old bugger.
Yep.
Any tips I need to get? What's the top
Sean will
line
lend you the
article?
book once he's finished with it.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you. Prevention's better than a cure. So
Yes.
well done, Nat.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.